Imagine this. One call from the Pentagon, and overnight, one of America's mightiest war machines is steaming across the ocean, able to reach the other side of the world in a matter of weeks. We're talking about a whole U.S. Navy aircraft carrier strike group, tens of thousands of tons of steel, hundreds of aircraft, and thousands of sailors, moving as a perfectly choreographed act of nature. Today, on Know Our Forces, you're going to learn how the United States is able to put this great power anywhere on Earth quicker than most nations can even get theirs on the move. The rapid movement of carrier strike groups is all about speed, but also about precision, preparedness, and sheer global reach. These are no ordinary ships. They are floating, self-sustaining cities that can own the skies, dominate the ocean, and provide humanitarian relief without ever setting foot on dry land. For military planners in America, the big question isn't can they get there, it's how soon. The solution is a product of decades of preparation, a carefully calibrated state of readiness, and technology most nations can only dream about. The key to all this is something called the Fleet Response Plan, a continuous, high-accuracy cycle that keeps ships, crews, and aircraft standing ready to move on a moment's notice. Here's the formula. 3 + 3 + 1. 3 carrier strike groups already stationed around the world. 3 more ready to get underway within 30 days of orders. 1 more ready within 90 days. In a crisis, this means the U.S. Navy can surge 6 complete strike groups in just 1 month, with a 7th following shortly after. That's over 50,000 personnel, hundreds of fighters, and enough missile firepower to dominate entire regions, all moved in less time than it takes some folks to plan a vacation. And this isn't theory. It's been proven. After the October 7, 2023 assaults on Israel, the USS Gerald R. strike group was sent to the eastern Mediterranean almost instantly, while other strike groups shifted worldwide to fill the gap. Once the order comes through, these carriers move fast. Nimitz-class carriers can maintain speeds up to 35 mph across the open ocean. That might not sound wild until you remember they're 1,100 feet long and weigh nearly 97,000 tons when fully loaded. At top speed, they can cover over 700 miles in a day, and they never travel alone. Each strike group operates as a coordinated formation, typically including Ticonderoga-class cruisers with Tomahawk missiles, Arleigh Burke-class destroyers with advanced radar and air defenses, often a nuclear-powered attack submarine below the surface. These ships keep tight formations for protection while maintaining constant communication and supply operations. Fuel, food, ammunition, and spare parts are delivered mid-ocean in a process called replenishment at sea, so they can keep moving without stopping at port. In March 2025, the USS Carl Vinson was training off South Korea when it got urgent orders to head for the Middle East, an 8,000-mile transit completed in just 2 to 3 weeks, fully combat-ready the entire time. In June 2025, the USS Nimitz was in the South China Sea when it was rushed to the same region. It skipped a scheduled port visit to Vietnam and began a rapid redeployment toward U.S. Central Command's area of responsibility. Even the USA's partners are learning rapid deployment. In 2024, Britain's HMS Prince of Wales was swiftly removed from the dockyard and sent to sea in 8 days to replace the HMS Queen Elizabeth during NATO's Steadfast Defender exercise. The USS Harry S. Truman's consecutive 2024 to 2025 Red Sea deployments also showed remarkable endurance, staying on station for considerably more than the standard 6 to 8 month rotation. America's carriers don't always launch operations from U.S. shores. The Navy uses forward deployment, keeping strike groups in strategic theaters year-round. For example, the USS George Washington is home-ported in Yokosuka, Japan, capable of responding anywhere in the Western Pacific or Indian Ocean within a few days. There's almost always a carrier strike group in the Mediterranean or Middle East, cutting response times to a fraction. Forward presence is also a show of power, deterring threats without firing a shot. Port calls, such as the Carl Vinson's visit to Busan, South Korea in early 2025, send a clear diplomatic message. When a real crisis hits, the U.S. Navy's surge capability is unmatched. In just 1 month, 6 carrier strike groups can be at sea simultaneously, putting more carrier-based air power on the water than the rest of the world combined. Summer Pulse 2004 proved the concept, and recent deployments during heightened tensions with Iran in 2025 reaffirmed the Navy's ability to bring overwhelming force to any hot zone quickly. The Navy is also improving endurance with plug-and-play destroyer rotations, swapping escorts in and out of an active strike group without pulling the carrier from duty. America's newest carriers, like the USS Gerald R. are faster to prepare, require smaller crews, and can carry more advanced aircraft than ever before. Emerging technology is making deployments even smoother. AI-powered predictive maintenance to fix problems before they happen. Advanced weather routing for faster, safer navigation. Unmanned aerial systems for refueling, reconnaissance, and combat. 3D printing at sea to instantly produce spare parts. These innovations allow the U.S. Navy to sustain long-distance operations with fewer interruptions and greater flexibility. From the Carl Vinson's 8,000-mile sprint in 2025 to Britain's 8-day emergency launch of the Prince of Wales, the proof is clear. Modern carrier strike groups are the ultimate rapid response forces. With the 3+3+1 readiness cycle, forward deployment strategies, and cutting-edge logistics, the United States can respond to global events faster than any adversary can react. These aren't just warships, they're moving fortresses, symbols of U.S. resolve, technological dominance, and commitment to keeping international waters secure. So the next time you see a headline about a carrier strike group arriving in a crisis zone, you'll understand the incredible planning, engineering, and dedication that made it happen. Because when the order comes, America's carriers don't just sail, they race. Thanks for watching Know Our Forces. If you enjoyed learning how America's naval power works, subscribe for more in-depth looks at the forces that protect freedom worldwide.